Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to the week 11 video. The regular season is now done. We are moving on to the playoffs, my favorite time of the year, um, before the actual playoffs in the NFL anyway. So let's go into the week 11 recap. There's a lot of close games this week actually. Most of them pretty close. Eh, Yeah, most of them pretty close. And there was a couple games that decided who got into the playoffs and whatnot. So, it was just a fun, interesting weekend to watch. Um, Especially yesterday, when Rec Zone and Roll Tide were getting there to the end, and Rec Zone pulled it off. So, all right, let's get into it. Team Greece beat me 137.3 points to my 98.4 points. He had Drew Brees with 37.3 points. I had the 49ers defense slash special teams who got 20 points. My team sucked, so yeah. Jared Goff is yeah, I really love the guy. So moving on to the next game, we had Legendary winning 127.1 points to Dunder Mifflin's 117.4 points. Legendary had Jay Brown with 34.7 points, and Dunder Mifflin had Lamar Jackson with 46.3 points. I totally thought Dunder Mifflin was going to win this, and then I looked at it on Sunday. I'm like, oh shoot, Legendary is going to win it. So congrats to you, Legendary. You needed that win, and yeah. The next matchup, we had Khalil beating Trucks 129.2 points to 79 points. Khalil had Kirk Cousins with 34.5 points, and Trucks had Todd Gurley with 20.3 points. If Trucks would have won this matchup, he would have up in the final rankings, but he's fine. He's fine after that loss. He didn't have Russell Wilson, so there goes like 30 of his points. But anyway, next matchup. This is the matchup I liked. Reg Zone winning against Roll Tide 164.2 points to 161.7 points. Reg Zone had Josh Allen with 51.2 points, and Roll Tide had James Winston with 32.6 points. When I go over the bench champ awards, I look at everybody and everybody's who have they left on the bench, and me and Rex Zone played everybody he needed to. Everybody with the highest score, he had a perfect bench from his people. Roll Tide left 4.7 points on his bench that he could have used to win this matchup. So, it sucks, but that really killed Roll Tide. He really needed this win. So yeah, moving on to the next matchup, we had Triple D winning 127.2 points to Team Madsen's 120.9 points. Triple D had McCaffrey with 30.1 points, and Madsen had Matt Ryan with 31.1 points. This game was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be, but so it made it a little interesting. The next matchup, we had Tanking winning against Slomaro 109.3 points to Slomaro's 79.5 points. Tanking had Dak Prescott with 58.7 points, and Slomaro had Tom Brady with 22 points. Moving on to the last matchup, he had T-Zone winning against Chike City 154.7 points to Chike City's 122 points. T-Zone had Garoppolo with I wrote that wrong. 54.7 points. I am guessing. I don't know. I wrote it wrong, so yeah. And Chike City had Baker Mayfield with 32.9 points, I believe. So yeah, moving on to the final standings, division standings. So winning the North is Mawa at 7-4 with 1,475.2 points. In second, we got T Zone 7-4 with 1,457.8 points. In third, we got Legendary 6-5 with 1,334.4 points. In fourth, we got Tanking 5 and 6 with 1,479.1 points. Fifth, we got Roll Tide 5 and 6 with 1,438 points. In sixth, we got Team Madsen 5 and 6, 1,356.4 points. And in seventh, we got Khalil 3 and 8 with 1,238.7 points. And winning the South, of course, Team Greece 10 and 1 with 1,632.8 points. And we had Triple D in second, 8 and 3 with 1,632 points flat. Yeah, you heard that correctly. Team Greece scored 0.8 points more than Triple D in the regular season, which I think was pretty funny. In third, we got Czech City 6 and 5 with 1,374.7 points. In fourth, we got Trucks 6 and 5 with 1,287.9 points. In fifth, we got Rex Zone 5 and 6 with 1,466.9 points. Sixth, we got Slowmaro with 2 and 9 with 1,209.1 points. In seventh, we got Dunder Mifflin 2 and 9 with 1,401.8 points. All right, moving on to the Week 11 awards. So the top scorer goes to Rick Zone with 164.2 points. The Underdog Award will go to Legendary. Player with most points goes to Tanking with Dak Prescott, who scored 58.7 points. The Special Trophy Points, which goes to the best defense / special teams, goes to Czech City with the Cleveland defense, who scored 21 points. The Teabag Award will go to Truck, losing by 50.2 points. And the Bench Champ Award will go to Tanking, leaving 46 points on his bench. He still won, and that 46 points would have made him have like an overall score of like 155. So he's pretty dangerous, I would say, if he puts the right lineup in. All right, so the final trophy point standings. Tied for fifth, we got Legendary and T-Zone at 4 points. In fourth place, we got Rec Zone at 5 points. Tied for second, we got Grease and Jaybird at 9 points. And yes, that means Triple D is the winner of the trophy point standings. So, David, I will get your $70 out to you as soon as possible, probably later today. So enjoy that money. So let's head off into the playoffs. All right, yeah. All right, we got the number 1 seed, Team Greece, going up against the number 8 seed, getting in there barely, Tanking. Should be a pretty good matchup, at least for this first week. But Tanking has Cook, the running back for the Minnesota Vikings, on bye. So, I think Cook is top 3 running back, but I'm not for sure. Which is it's going to hurt him pretty bad. So, but he is supposed to lead after this week by 2.4 points. So, hey, that's looking pretty good. And in the same side of the bracket, we got number 5 seed Czech City going against number 4 seed T-Zone. I was looking at their lineups, and they're both without a running back right now. I think their running backs are on bye, so their running back slot is not filled. Therefore, they'll probably be looking for running backs in free agency to add up in there. But Czech City is supposed to lead after this next week by 5.8 points, which isn't a lot. So, as long as you stay close and you don't get blown out one week, possibility for you to easily win after the second week. So yeah. And on the other side of the bracket, we have number 2 seed Jaybird going against number 7 seed Legendary. I've lost to Legendary before. Legendary can pull off some pretty mean upsets. He beat me, Grease. as well as another top team, I would think. So I'm kind of wary of it. I know he's got Watson. Watson didn't do that good this last week. So I'm kind of hoping that happens, but I am really doubting that. No offense, Legendary. But I am supposed to win by at least be ahead after this week, by 16.5 points. So that's a fair amount of points, and I'd like that lead more than the 5.8 points lead. So any kind of lead after the first week really is good. So I'll take it. Should be a pretty good matchup. And we have the number 3 seed, Triple D, versus the number 6 seed, Trucks. Trucks is supposed to, after this week, be ahead by 16.3 points. But Triple D is going to be without a quarterback because Mahomes is on a bye, I think. And he has Minshew, who is the backup now because Foles is coming back in for Jaguars. It's Jaguars, right? Yeah. So he'll probably be looking for a quarterback here. Trucks is going to be without a defense, so he'll probably look for a defense. So I look to that number to change pretty well, and it might be going into Triple D's favor. But yeah. Plus Trucks kind of ended off pretty bad, but he didn't have Wilson, so he'll have Wilson this week. But this will be the last week teams are on byes. So the second week, everybody should have their full lineup. Hopefully nobody gets injured too bad on somebody's team to where it really Fs them. I'd like to see a full lineup, Anyway, so going on to the league news. Again, congrats to David, Triple D, for Trophy Point winner, $70. I want to go over the kind of playoff system again. Each round is 2 weeks. If there is a tie and the points scored, it goes to previous head-to-head, and if there's no previous head-to-head matchup, then it goes to the total points for, I think, in the regular season. So whoever had most points scored. Regular season, I think it might add the playoff points too. So whoever has more points in that section will move on to the next round. So just to let you guys know, I think it should say in the rules on ESPN. So yeah. If you are not in the top 8 teams, you cannot drop players since there is no reason. No reason at all. And if you have a problem with that, let me know. Because I don't see why you'd need to, since you have no way of winning. Instead, helping somebody who's top 8. So, in first place, if you get first place, we'll get $150. Second place gets $80, and third place gets $50. So just to let you guys know that too. LOL. I guess I will just end it there. And yeah, good luck to everybody in this first week of the first round. So yeah, later.